Hello again, guys. Welcome back to another video. So we've got another Old Man Wisdom video for you today. That's what I'm calling them from now on. They're not reaction videos, they're wisdom videos, because I'm going to impart some of my 57-year-old wisdom upon all of you. So we've got Micheal Rapaport here. He has changed his mind about Trump. I think that's happening a lot nowadays when they're seeing how bad the Democrats are running Washington. Not going to spend too much time on an intro here, but I do want to say, for those of you that have seen my gaming videos in the past, we are going to continue to do gaming videos. Here's the thing. I'm not a one-trick pony. I don't like to do just one thing. And really, I do this for myself. So I'm going to do gaming videos. I'm going to still do car repair videos. I'm going to do road trip videos. I'm going to do all kinds of different stuff. Maybe at some point, if certain type of video gets really popular on the channel, I'll turn this channel into that and create another channel to do various stuff. That's not really what I want to do. I want to just do whatever I feel like at the time. And if you guys like it, watch it. If you don't watch it. So let's get into the reaction.
One thing that I really disdain in the mainstream media, or even media in general, even with you guys, or when people are talking politics, is if the other side or a president you don't like does something good, it's never acknowledged. So I'm going to ask you this, because you could probably answer this better than me. What has the Biden administration done that you do like?
First of all, the economy is doing good.
All right, so I've got a big problem with that statement right there. First of all, the economy is doing good. No, it's not. I'm sorry. And this is not just from personal experience. This is from seeing things that are going on out there. As far as my personal experience goes, my Amazon business is way down because of the economy. Some of you may know I do Uber and DoorDash on the weekends just for a little extra spending cash to fund my golf habit, but things are down. It's much harder to make money doing those things than it was a couple of years ago. You know, even during the pandemic, for the first year of the pandemic, things still went really, really well when Trump was in office. But as soon as Biden took over, you know, the mainstream media doesn't like to talk about it, but as soon as he took over, he passed a ton of executive actions that restricted business, period. That's what they did. Now, whether they had that intent or not, I'm sure they did, because they don't like business, because they want all the control. They want, if your business is not controlled by Democrats, then they're going to try to hurt it until you give in and you let them control it. They're going to put taxes on you. They're going to do the things like they're doing to Trump right now. They try to put selective taxes, like the Walmart tax. Anybody remember that? Yeah, they wanted a tax just on Walmart, even though that's illegal. It specifically says in our founding documents that government is not supposed to create something like that just to penalize one person. Taxes must be, I forget the term they use, but they must be overbroad. Everyone is supposed to participate. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Rich guy. The people that are making money, they're doing good.
That's you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. I'm not, again, like I said to Bill Maher, guys like me are gonna be good no matter who's the president. By the way, the more they print money, I'm always going to make more money. Because money always rolls up to the wealthy, because the poor and middle income don't know how to keep it. They know how to spend it. The more they spend it, who do they spend it on? On capitalists that own equity. And the equity people make money. if I would say, the fact that the expectation of a massive recession to be taking place, well, that didn't happen because that could have been in shambles, right? Unemployment stayed okay. I think Powell, the way he managed the interest rates, while the way we were going about the economy was okay.
The interest rates they're not good right now.
The interest rates are horrible, guys. I honestly can't believe people are still buying homes at the rate that they're buying them. But the only reason they are is because some people are doing better in this economy. Some people have jobs or incomes that just adjusted upward right along with inflation. But for the most part, we all don't have that. I definitely don't have that. Even with my businesses, I haven't been able to raise prices on my business because there's just too much competition. If I raise my price, I won't make any sales.
It should stay like, and by the way, I said this last week.
They suck now because I just bought a house and a car in the last, and the interest rates are like,
where did you buy your house?
You hear that? Guess what I just did? I just sold a house. I actually recognized that even though the housing market is still climbing, the only reason it's climbing is because of inflation. Okay? That's not a good thing. People are anxious to buy a house right now, even if it's more than they can afford or it's right up to what they can afford, because they see the housing market rising and they simply think that's going to continue to happen. I even had this conversation with my realtor and the title agent. And I told them the reason why I was selling my house was because the housing market's going to crash. Now, they both disagreed, but here's the problem. It only benefits them to disagree. They're not looking at the situation with open eyes. They're looking through rose-colored glasses because if they admit to themselves that the housing market might crash, then they have to be honest with their clients that the housing market might crash. And a realtor is not going to do that. A realtor only makes money if they sell houses. Well, if you start telling people the housing market's about to crash, they're not going to want to buy a house anymore.
I don't want to say.
You're not going to like this.
But not in this state and not in Texas. So I didn't get the,
Okay. So you're in New York or California?
Something like that.
I will say this to you on the interest rates. Even when Trump gets elected, my concern is he fires Powell and he brings somebody to lower the rates. If you lower the rates immediately, we're going back to fake success again. And we need to filter out a little bit of the fake success. There's way too many people that made fake money that need to just quit. So,
okay. I've got a big problem with the concept that he's about to put forth. The biggest problem with what he's saying the average person in a good economy, they don't know what to do with the money that they get during that economy. And so they waste it. And that's absolutely true. Here's the problem with his take on it. How do you think you're going to learn to manage money if you don't have ups and downs? Anyone who's smart, like me, after a while, when you have those ups and downs, you start to say to yourself, how can I take advantage of the ups, the benefits during the up, and minimize my losses during the downs? And then you start to learn to manage money. You can't manage money if you don't have any money. It's very hard to do. It's kind of like learning to play golf by just watching a video. You're not going to do very well until you put a club in your hands and you get out on that driving range and you start practicing. Well, the ups and downs, use the ups and downs in the economy as your practice range for how to manage money. That's why you see older people like me, 57 years old, for the most part, we're doing much better than a 25-year-old because we've had 30 years of learning how to manage money. Over time, we've built up a system. We've realized what things really matter in life, and it's not having a nice new flashy car. It's not having a gorgeous pad. It's not going out every Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, drinking, tearing it up, spending $100 on food, whatever. No. You live your life like that, and you're going to have a very sad ending of your life because you're going to be, I don't want to say you're going to be poor, but you're going to have to work a lot longer than you would have liked to, and it's going to be hard on you. No. People always say, oh, let a kid be a kid. Let a child, oh, he's 12 years old. Let him be a 12-year-old. Screw that. Teach him to be an adult as early as possible. You're only going to be a kid for maybe 15 years. That's absolutely true. But if you learn to be an adult at 15, you can be a kid for the rest of your life. Look at me. Now, I don't make a ton of money. I'm not rich, but I travel all the time. I play golf all the time. I do what I want to do. I play video games, and I make these stupid videos trying to help you guys out. So any of you kids that are watching these videos, you need to stop throwing your money away on Uber Eats and DoorDash and prepared food to begin with. Start making your own damn food, saving, 200-300%, because you could make it yourself for $5, but it costs you $30 to get it delivered. So you're saving 400%. Stop going out and drinking all the time. If you smoke, stop smoking. Any of these habits that simply suck money out of you, they just suck it out. And you think because you're young, oh, I've got plenty of time. Yeah, it's going to catch up to you.
A little bit of the fake success. There's way too many people that made fake money.
So I agree with him about the fake success, that during an upturn, people will have money that normally don't have money. But the only way you're going to learn to manage money is to get some money and see what happens. You get some extra money and you throw it all away, and when the downturn comes along, you're really hurting. Hopefully, it starts to think in. Yeah, that's a good term. I kind of like that. Starts to think in. I'm going to use that. That when the upturn is here, you need to do the right thing with your money. So when the downturn comes, you're going to be in a much better situation than the rest of the people.
Yeah.
That need to just quit. So here's kind of what happens. Guy goes and starts a business. He should have never started a business. He's a better guy working for a business owner because he doesn't have good habits. Because of his bad habits, he hurts the employees. He should get out of business and go work for the other guy that is a good operator. During fake success time, these people look like great operators.
Right.
But during economy like this, they get exposed and then they go and say, hey man, can I work with you? No problem, come on down. Because we need more solid operators, not fake success operators. We had a lot of those fake success operators during that 128-month economic expansion of pretty much zero interest rate. So yeah, I'm not
Michael,
a
can I
fan
make a prediction?
Go ahead.
Race for impact. You're going to vote for Trump. And I'll tell you why. because you're.
I don't know if I could do that.
I'll tell you why.
Mike, hang on.
Tell you, and by the way, you're talking to somebody that was probably closer to your camp in 2016 and
he was
and
anti.
2020.
This guy hated.
I never said hate. I didn't like Trump, but also.
Do you hear what Rapaport said there? I don't know if I can do that. He didn't say you're wrong. I'm not voting for Trump. And you'll see later in the video, he almost admits that he's going to vote for Trump.
Also, I've never said the word hate. You can roll the tape.
Okay.
I didn't like a lot of the things he did, a lot of the things you highlighted. For me, there was the one that I was like, I can't do this, was when he pretended like he didn't know who David Duke was. Everyone knows David Duke, leader of the KKK, is out there in Louisiana. Okay, come on, Trump, you don't know who this guy is?
Okay, did a little research on David Duke there, and he was a leader in the KKK. He was a grand wizard of the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. Now, he also was a Republican politician for a very short period of time. Looks like about 3 years, so that's all he lasted. He ran for office as a Democrat and didn't get elected. Ran for office as a Republican and did get elected, but he only lasted 3 years. He tried to stay in it, but his views. He claimed he was a born-again Christian when he switched from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party. Claimed he was a born-again Christian. Basically, the guy was a shyster. He was going to do or say anything he could say to gain the power that he wanted to try and push his views, even if he had to lie about what those views really were.
But you're also a reasonable person, and you're also a dude. Like, you're a dude. You like to play ball, you like hip-hop, you like to talk shit. You're not a woke LGBT unicorn type kid.
Beta.
That's
You're not
you.
beta.
That's not you.
No.
So you've seen what the left has produced over the last 4 years. Again, I'm telling you, somebody that's been in that camp. I'm a JFK Democrat. Why am I a JFK Democrat? Because my dad was a JFK Democrat. So that basically led to me being like, oh, JFK's the man. He's a Democrat. That led to me liking Clinton. I like Clinton. All right, cool. He's out there kissing babies, getting blowjobs. I like that guy. Charming guy.
Charming.
We met him recently. Stud of a guy. His wife, that's a whole nother conversation. But if you were looking at politics and you said you weren't paying attention to it, in my senior year, I worked in Tallahassee in Florida State, where I went to school. I worked at the Capitol building. This was during the 2000 election, Gore versus Bush. I was a Clinton guy. I was rooting for Gore, what have you. I used to see Jeb Bush, George W. I was around this. Oh, shit. We saw what happened during the Bush administration, the bookends of it, 9/11, and then the great financial meltdown. There was no way in a million years that old John McCain was going to win the election over cool Barack Obama. It wasn't happening.
Yep.
So if you believe in the Obama doctrine, be nice to each other, whatever, there's no way you were voting for Trump. It just wasn't in the cards. It wasn't happening. It was abrasive. He was racist. The media, yada, yada, yada.
And he was a joke. Like, as New Yorkers, he was like,
he's a ball busting troll.
Exactly.
He's a shit
But here's
talker.
why I think you're going to vote for him this time, because you've seen what happened under his first term. You didn't like it. He's the pig dick, and he's got the mean tweets, and he's orange. But life was good. There was no wars. The economy was going good. But damn, he's annoying to look at. But you also can acknowledge that the media had a major role in that. A major role in that.
When you take a step back.
Yes.
Yeah, so we definitely have to acknowledge that the media had a major role in framing Donald Trump, trying to make him out to be a racist. Something a lot of people don't know that an old man can tell you is Oprah Winfrey. Anybody know who Oprah Winfrey is? Yeah, I think she's considered the biggest female, maybe even the biggest talk show host in the history of the country, the world, the universe. Yeah, she's had Donald Trump on her show quite a few times. Maybe you should Google that. And, she tried to get him to run for president. She wanted him to run for president. Now, this was a lot of years ago. Obviously, if he's such a horrible racist, what is Oprah Winfrey doing with him on her show in the first place? And then why is she trying to convince him to run for president? She specifically asks him in one of her interviews, would you ever consider doing this? And the interesting thing is he says, no, not really, unless I felt like I was really needed. Unless I felt like things were just so bad that I just needed to do it because anyway. So basically, exactly what ended up happening. Things got so freaking bad, and they're getting even worse, that Donald Trump said, I can't stay out of this any longer. Basically, the same thing that I've done. I've been a Republican since I was 24, 25. I've wanted to do things like this. I've hemmed and hawed. I really want to get into politics. But this is what they want. They do that on purpose. They want you to... They don't want people like us. People like me and people like you, the guys that are watching this video right now, they don't want you getting into politics. Because when that happens, you find out what's really going on, and you realize they're a bunch of scumbags. Almost all of them. Even a lot of the Republicans. There might be a few respectful Democrats out there. I have to admit, I voted for a Democrat in my life. One time that I know of, that I can remember, He was running for city council in Phoenix, Arizona. I met the guy. I talked with him. Seemed like a good guy. And guess what? There were no Republicans on the ballot anyway. It was technically a nonpartisan election, which is, when I asked him his affiliation, was the first thing he told me. He was like, oh, this is a nonpartisan election. I'm like, really? Come on. And then he admitted, no, I'm a registered Democrat, but these are my views. And I voted for him. Not sure how well it turned out. Actually, I don't think he got elected. The person who did take the seat had name recognition. It was the daughter of a past congressman. The name was Pastor. And so ridiculous. Go to the polling place where his daughter is on the ballot with the last name Pastor, and the polling place is named after him, after Dad, Pastor, right on the school, and she's on the ballot, and no one thinks that's improper.
Acknowledge that.
Because I will acknowledge that, that one thing about the Charlottesville that I ranted about.
Yes.
And I was wrong.
About the both sides thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I respect
so irresponsible.
And I respect the shit out of it.
Wait, let me hear him out. Hang on.
Yeah.
Go a little bit more. What do you mean by that? You were wrong on that.
No, because he said the both sides, there's good people on both sides. And when you see the full quote, that wasn't what he said. And I ranted on him hard.
Just another example of how the media tries to frame the narrative, taking things out of context. There was an incident with Katie Couric, who interviewed a bunch of right-wing, or what's considered right-wing in this country today, and she took it, they cut it up so out of context where they had the camera on Katie, and she asked a question, and then the camera cuts to the people she's interviewing, and they just sit there like they have no answer to the question. Well, that wasn't what happened in the interview. They actually answered the question with good answers, but they cut it up to make them look stupid, to make them look bad on purpose. And they even ended up suing her. And unfortunately, I don't know that much about the case, but the judge said, no, sorry, you can't do it. You can't sue them. Even though that she obviously did this on purpose to try and make you look bad, we're not going to award you anything. You're done. I think they threw the case out, or they lost the case. But it's just ridiculous. I don't know if this was a partisan judge or if this was, he was just trying to protect the media, what the deal was, but it's just ridiculous that they're allowed to do that. And the right needs to understand the people that do have money that you need to sue anyway, even though you know you're going to lose. That's what the left does. They sue anyway, even when they know they're going to lose. Because you know what it costs? It costs money. If you've got more money than the other guy, and you simply sue, you will eventually win. That's what they did to Sarah Palin. She left politics because of the ridiculous lawsuits in Alaska, because she couldn't afford to fight them. It cost millions of dollars to fight these lawsuits. So anyway, back to the video.
For that. Hard. There's some video about it, whatever. I mean, I ranted hard because I was like, what are you talking about, man?
Because you got played. And here's what this is why I think you're going to vote for Trump. Is because you, much like me, much like many people, independent thinkers, not the sheep, realize we kind of got played a little bit. Yes, Trump ain't exactly the smoothest character. He's not
Jesus Christ.
No. But his policies and who he has around him are way better than what's going on there. And here's my final point. You see what's going on with the border. You see what's going on with the wokeness. You see what's going on with culture wars. And you see what's going on with actual wars.
Yeah.
Specifically, you see who the Democrats have exposed their hand, especially the progressive left. You see what's going on between Israel and Gaza. You have 3 starved David highs on your chest right now. And as someone who is a proud New Yorker your whole life, you see what the Democratic Party has turned into. This DEI, ESG, woke manifestation of ridiculousness, intersectionality, decolonialization. You're looking at that and you say, you know what? As much as I can't stand big dick Donald Trump,
You said it.
at least he's fucking normal. At least he doesn't want to turn my boy into a girl.
At least he's normal. Yes.
At least he doesn't want to turn my boy into a girl.
Yeah.
At least he's defending Israel, not the fucking terrorists. And at the end of the day, I'm a reasonable person.
Yeah.
So like you said initially, I think I'm going to consider this.
I'm considering it.
Yes.
But
All right, guys, I think we're going to end it here. I just want to say something real quick about Israel. For a very long time, America was promising to move the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem, which is actually the capital of Israel. The Bushes promised it, the Clintons promised it, even a Democrat, Bush, promised it. I think Obama maybe even ran on the campaign promise that they would move the capital to Israel because, he's trying to pander. He's going to say whatever he thinks he needs to say to try and get elected. None of them ever did it. The guy that did it was Donald Trump. Now, you may like or dislike Israel, but here's the thing. He did what he said he was going to do. All right? So Donald Trump generally is a man of his word. Hope you liked the video. Hope you drop me a like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.